Maybe she is great.
She is not missing.
Terror.
I'm Gabi, that's Jordan.
Red flag, red flag.
I'm sure, I know I'm the villain in that story.
We are talking about the ick.
Yeah, what gives you the ick? Hello, hi, I'm Jordan.
Gabi.
Just kidding. I'm Gabi, that's Jordan. If you haven't figured out our voices yet and you don't watch the video, that's what's happening. Today we're going to talk about things that men do that give us the ick. But
we need to explain the ick because I feel like not everyone knows,
okay.
right?
Define the ick.
Okay, I feel like there's two definitions. Because there's things that, like, annoy me that, like, boys do, and I'm, like, ill. And then there's, like, the ick, where it's, like, once you do something that gives me the ick, I can no longer look at you.
Like, you can't date them anymore. It's a breakupable offense. Like,
yes.
Okay.
Friendship over.
Okay. Oh, so it can be applied to other people too.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Good to know.
I feel like you get friendship icks.
I don't think I've ever gotten a friendship ick. I've gotten friendship highs and lows, or I've gotten friendship rule breaking things, but they didn't give me the ick.
Maybe I should rephrase that.
Ick is like, for me, an internal feeling.
I usually get it after, like, the third time I hang out with someone. Okay. And I, like, see something, I'm like, no.
Not for me. Ick. I really love when, like, we start hanging out with new people, and then, like, halfway and you're, like, evaluating for me, and then, like even today she walked in and she's, like, one of our really good friends, like, she wasn't sure of it first, and, like, now we're all really good friends with her. Yeah. But she was, like, I didn't know about her at first, and then the last couple of times she's been, like, love her. And so it's, like, I get, like, status updates, like, quarter updates, and I really love when, like, she does get the ick, and she's, like, no.
Yes, I think I did that the other day. I was like, she's a no for me.
She's a no.
No.
She's done.
And then I saw her.
I really...
and I was like, oh my god, this is so awkward.
I really trust your judgment, and I like hearing your commentary, because I give people too much the benefit of the doubt. So if you're telling me...
too little.
Well, and so, like, you balance. Like, if we're really acknowledging your ick, then I'm going to go for it. But, like, I feel like sometimes you're, like, willing to give people more of a chance, because I said...
It really depends on the person. Like, if I get the ick, like, the first time I meet you, or, like, within, like, that second conversation, I'm just, like, I'm turned off from there.
Yeah, whereas you have some, like, variability if, like, people gave you the ick, but it was later into it, and now you're like, okay, maybe it was just a bad day. I don't know. Yeah. So anyways, we're talking about the ick. And mainly we're going to talk about, like, the boys having, like, getting ick from boys.
Let me tell you, before, when we were, like, brainstorming this episode, I Googled some things, and some of the icks that girls say about boys are hilarious.
Really?
Like, hilarious.
Are you gonna share some
and it's, like,
this?
when, like, there's a red light, but, like, it's turning green, and they run across the crosswalk. Like, how embarrassing.
When they do that little jog.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone was like, when a boy runs with a backpack on, like, ew.
Honestly,
I thought
get
it
it.
was so funny.
Well, so I will say, we're going to talk ick about boys, but in spirit of equality and fairness, we also did ask our men for what gives them the ick about us, or at least I did. Did you?
I know what gives them the ick.
Okay, see, you don't have to ask.
No, I know.
got a list from Kyle about what I do that gives him the ick. So I feel like we should go over it.
What gives Kyle the ick?
Well, do we start with us or do we start with them?
Start with them.
My hair is out of control, guys.
What is this? It's a mane.
She's a lion. Okay, well, we're going to rock with it. You guys get to see crazy hair today.
She is beauty. She is grace.
She is not Miss United States.
Hair in my face.
Oh, baby. It's washed. Okay. It's clean. It smells good, right? Smell that, bitch.
It actually does.
I use Amber Filler Ups Day. DAE. She's the queen. She's the queen. Does she want to sponsor us? That would be like the best day of my life, actually. So, okay. Yeah. We'll start, I guess let's start with what I do that gives Kyle the ick. Okay. He says that I leave cups everywhere. Mm-hmm. He said I've gotten better. But, like, there'll be a cup in the living room, there'll be a cup in the kitchen, and all just within the span of a day, and I've used, like, 8 cups. Okay. I've worked on my cup consumption.
Do you, like, take out a new cup every time you get a drink?
Well, usually, like, if I'm in another room, I forget I have that cup in the other room, so then I get a new cup.
That's valid. That's...
Also, cleanliness. I feel like I'm a weird clean freak. I won't do the dishes. So... Like, that's a Kyle thing. Kyle does the dishes. When he's gone, I do the dishes, but I'm more on top of it. He lets it pile in the sink, and then it'll sit there for a while, and then he wants me to clean them. And there's nothing more disgusting in the world to me than wet food. So I get disgusted. Like, I want to throw up. Like, this morning, I went to try and take, like, the dish out because I said I'd make breakfast this morning. And the pan was in there, so I had to, like, move stuff around to get the pan, to clean the pan. And when I put my hand in there, I almost threw up. I can't do wet dishes.
Gloves.
I just can't do wet dishes, like, at all. So, like, when I'm home alone, either I use, like, paper, and then I recycle it. Or, yes, I promise I recycle it. I'm not that wasteful. I'm not just, like, taking a paper plate and then recycling it. I swear. Or not recycling it. I recycle it. And then, if not, I'm, like, literally washing it immediately after and putting it back. So there's nothing in the sink.
Okay.
So the cup thing I kind of stopped doing because then he just started making you have to do the sink.
Are they just like empty cups or?
Yeah, those are just empty cups. That's fine. I'm talking when we have tons of dishes in there and they have wet food on them. That's ick. That's an ick.
Right.
That's a personal ick. That's not about a person. But anyways, leaving cups everywhere. But apparently he even wrote, better now.
Better now. Apparently better now.
I cannot, for somebody that's such a plant girly, and I feel like I talk about all the time on like social media that I love plants. I love plants, I do.
Murder them, don't you?
Can't keep them alive. Kyle keeps all of our plants alive. So when he leaves, he gets very frustrated, and he says it drives him crazy because he comes back and they're all dead and he has to revive them. So they're about to die, you know.
How do you kill the plants?
I
don't have room to
water them.
I can't have a plant.
I think that I don't, like, as much as I water them and I do those things that I'm supposed to do, I don't think I do it properly. Like, you know, like, I think I flood them.
Feed them? Like, plant food?
I guess. I don't know. I know that I've tried really hard, but I think I tend to overwater. I'm not an underwaterer. I water them plenty, but I think I water too much.
Okay.
I also think that by default, our lanai is really, really sunny, which should be great. But it's also hot, and it kind of wilts them in the summer. And Kyle will, like, move them around, and I don't. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but he can.
Supposed to move them.
He's got a green thumb. He really does. I don't. So that drives him crazy that I kill all the plants. This is a good one. And my good friend Tamika makes fun of me all the time too, but only when he's there because, like, she knows it gets him going. So, like, she'll almost start it. She'll, like, agitate it. He hates how I treat my cords. So, like, I'll just bundle things up and throw them in my backpack.
Like all cords?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he, like, wants them wrapped perfectly, like, headphones,
like
phone
a zip
chargers.
tie? Like,
I don't know. Like, he gets really mad. So, recently, I've at least, when I leave Tamika's, I'll grab the computer charger and the phone charger, because, like, those are my two main chargers, and I wrap them together. And he's like, that's one step better, but it still drives him nuts. Normally, I just throw them all in there, and they're constantly tangled, and there's always a knot, and it drives him bizarre.
What's funny is I'm the same way with Christmas lights, and Matt is like, "What is this?
What like is all this?" The tangles. Yes. I'm like, see that over there? You guys can't see it, but we have a charger basket with, like, different chargers in it for different electronics.
Those ones are wrapped nicely.
That's because Kyle did those,
and he put the zip tie on it.
Yeah,
so that's what he wants.
Yeah, and I just throw things in there. Like, just chronically throw things in there.
Yeah.
That's what the charger box is for, to put the chargers in.
It's gonna break anyways.
Yeah. I also have, like, warranties on all those.
You have warranties on your cords?
You can get warranties. It's like a 18-month warranty, and then you just send them back to Amazon broken, and they send you a new one.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Or maybe it's not Amazon. I got one. I know the gas station ones have warranties on them if you sign up online.
What?
It's the ones that are 8 feet.
Yeah.
Like the big, long ones. We'll work on that.
I break those off the time.
You know what's the wild part, though, Jordan? They have warranties, and I could use them, but, like, I hardly ever use the warranty.
I just buy a new one.
Yeah, they're not that expensive.
I get, like, the packs on Amazon. Yeah, wow. I am global warming.
I am global warming.
Holy crap.
So anyways, that's the list. Honestly, if that's all that I do to Kyle that drives him crazy, it's not that bad.
I feel like there's got to be something else.
Oh, I'm sure, but, like, it's something that, like, it has to happen in the moment for you to know that it's, like, something that bothers you. Well, I'll tell you what bothers him. The fact that I just bought that $3,000 couch yesterday. He really hates that.
Gosh.
We could talk
I'm
about
to buy it, so.
We're all buying the couch. It's our favorite. We're going to plug because we love them.
It's let me tell you, it is the best dupe of the cloud couch, and it's so much softer than the cloud couch.
And the color is just beautiful.
The white on it is just like chef's kiss.
Dwell Home Market, local Florida people. That is our place. We live and breathe Dwell. We are there all the time, which is where all the furniture in my house is from. That's the couch we were talking about.
There's a ton of candles from there.
Oh, yeah. Did you get the gingerbread one? When we're done here, you're going to have to go smell it.
Is it the orange one?
There was quite a few, but they were all different scents.
I got the stick ones.
Oh, yeah, I got those too. I love those,
Okay,
but those aren't scented. I'll show you after we're done here.
I got the
fantastic.
stick ones, and I don't even want to light them because they just look
they're so
pretty.
beautiful.
Like, I can't light it.
I know, they're on my tablescape. But no, I will say, so the couch that we're talking about is, I'm sure all of you have heard about the infamous cloud couch. Well, this is a dupe of the cloud couch, and instead of it being $10,000, it's $3,000. And so I did get the couch yesterday, which really pissed off Kyle. It actually turned into a huge fight.
I mean, you got a smaller one though, so
I got one less piece to it. Yeah,
we gotta figure out where it's gonna fit.
Yeah, that's gonna be the key.
Maybe.
Kyle was more mad because like he said yes, but like he had a couple of drinks, and I think he really just wanted me to like not actually go through with it. He wanted me to read the room, but I heard yes, and I stopped reading the room.
Well, so I leave him and Matt there, and then I come back and Matt's like, I'm tipsy.
Oh, they were little tips.
And I was like, wait,
which
what?
is the best time to ask your man for something. So I was like,
and if he's not tipsy, just give him another drink. Just be like, stay here. I'm gonna go shopping. You just drink. Yeah. Take my card and drink if you want.
That's why Dwell Market is so great, because they have an open bar.
Yeah,
it's free beer and wine. I feel like we are a walking Dwell ad, but I love it.
When we left, Matt was like, "That's like the perfect combination: free alcohol and shopping."
Yeah. It's dangerous.
It's good. It's a good business model.
It's how you end up with a $3,000 couch.
In retrospect, $3,000 for a really nice couch, I feel like isn't that much.
It's not. Kyle did look at me when we got home because it's getting delivered on Tuesday. He was like, "You will be wearing that couch into the fucking ground," and I went, He's like,
"They're keeping it forever."
Like basically, this is it. This is our couch. We'll use this couch all through our adulthood right here. Then when we get to that point of kids stage of life, when it's kind of already getting dingy and gross, we'll put it in a kid's room.
Oh,
just ride that baby to the end. The end. So that's something that I do that pisses Kyle off.
Or when you get a house, you can get the other pieces, and then it could be just like a movie room couch.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I need to
basically, we love this couch. Join the house club, baby.
This couch makes me want to buy a home.
Doesn't it just make you want to move out to the suburbs and have like a farmhouse, white-styled house, and like, you know?
No. But it does. No, 0.
10 out of 10 now.
It does make me want to buy a home.
Okay.
Even though I did just get a new apartment.
I know, she just signed a lease. Everybody congratulate her.
Thank you.
Going up in bigger and better places. I'm pumped to see it.
It's big. It has 2 balconies. That's literally what I just keep telling people. I'm like, there's 2 balconies.
She's excited.
How? I don't have so many parties. We could have a party, and the girls could be on one balcony, and the guys could be on the other, and we wouldn't even see each other or hear each other.
Are you trying to separate all of us? Ma'am. Also, I think I have black stuff all over my face, and it's because we just got massages by my neighbor.
It was nice.
I really enjoyed it.
I feel loose.
Jordan, like, really at first, I was like, "Hey, you want to go over to my neighbor's house to get a massage?" And she goes, "Oh, what?" She was, like, a little weirded out. And I was like, no. Just trust me. So we walk into her house, and Jordan sat in the living room while I went, and then I sat in the living room, and
there was, like, incense burning. It was great.
She's good, too. She, like, really stretched out my arms and my shoulders.
I feel like I can just...
I know, my neck's been hurting for weeks, and, like, this is the first I've kind of felt mobile, so I'm happy.
I was so tense, she asked me if I had children at home. And I was embarrassed. I was like, I will be here once a week. Ma'am,
I will be here every day.
Make me a standing appointment.
So, if anybody wants Stacy's information, let me know. I will not be plugging where she is located, obviously, on here, because I live next to her, so cool. Anyways, so let's move on. Things that, do you want to do things that Matt has said about you?
I feel like ours kind of go hand in hand. So he gets mad when I leave the cups, but he gets mad when I don't finish a drink. I don't finish drinks. There's always like a little tiny bit left.
Like right there.
But, well, no, sometimes
I left a little.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I left a little too.
No, it's usually like a little bit more than this, like this. And I just don't drink it because I think it's the backwash. And
that's fair.
He gets so mad. He's like, "You're wasteful. Like
You're
you're wasting this drink." And I'm like, "Oh my god, then you drink it."
You drink it.
So he usually finishes my drinks. But he gets so mad when I just like leave them out.
Okay, that's fair.
He's like, "Here's another drink you didn't finish." Or my like coffee, like my Starbucks or my Dunkin' coffee, never finish ever.
Interesting. Okay, what else?
Fun fact: I don't use the same towel twice.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the bacteria on towels is actually supposed to be the grossest thing.
Thank you.
Kyle does use my towel all the time, though, and we share a towel, and we need to stop doing that, because that's pretty gross, too.
Sometimes I use Matt's towel if I forget to bring in a towel.
Okay.
But after I use it, I'm like, nope, needs to be washed. And Matt is like, you are wasting energy from our washer. You're using so much detergent. Like, you need to use this towel again. And I'm like, I'm not doing it.
I will tell you.
I refuse.
You'll have a new appreciation for laundry if you pull a me and you go live in a van for a year and you have to use laundromats. Because now I have a new appreciation. Like, we try not to do laundry as much. But then Kyle will wear his clothes into the ground until I tell them they stink, which grosses me out. I usually wear things once or twice, and then it depends on how badly I sweat. We live in Florida, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm always sweating. So I feel like I always need to wash.
In the winter, I wash my clothes less. And, like, sweaters, I'll wash less and stuff like that. But,
yeah.
Or, like, PJs, I'll wear a couple times.
He's very frugal, so, like, he gets mad. He's like, we're using too much detergent. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Do you want me to buy new towels and throw these out? I feel like that's more wasteful.
Yeah. I get that. What else? Anything else?
Wait. Yeah. Oh no. He gets so mad when I put the toilet paper on wrong.
Which way is right? This is gonna get the people heated.
Okay. He wants it to come up over, like pull it this way and not under.
Oh, see, I think I like under better.
I like under. So I put it on and he's like, nope, wrong way. We gotta flip it.
Why don't you have a deal where one person gets it in one bathroom and the other person gets it in the other bathroom?
That will work until we move and we only have one bathroom. We have never shared a bathroom.
Oh god.
So
this will be fun. This is an adventure for you.
It's gonna be intense, I feel like, for a little bit.
Love that. Okay. Things that Kyle does.
What Kyle do?
Kyle do. The Alabama's coming out. The things that Kyle does that drive me crazy. He drinks sink water. And hear me out. Okay, we live in Florida. The sink water's not good. Let's start there. But there are people that drink the sink water, okay? But let me back up.
No, I think he needs to go get checked.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, and on top of that, like, he doesn't notice when water tastes different. It's very weird. Like, I know, like, he'll try and trick me, too. He'll, like, put sink water in my water bottle and think that I won't notice, and I notice every time.
Wait, no. Rewind. He thinks that all water tastes the same.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you want to yell at
him? I want to yell at him.
Kyle! Oh, he's outside washing the dog. I'll text him.
He's probably drinking the hose water.
He's like, don't put it past him.
Tastes like Zephyr Hills. Oh my god.
Quite literally does not understand. Actually, you guys should hear from him on that, because he's got to defend himself.
No,
the other thing he does,
defending.
He'll eat any food off of anything. Floor, he'll eat it. Ground, he'll eat it. Out of the dog's mouth, he'll eat it.
That's not that bad.
Oh, I hate that. I'm like a germ person. Like, I don't want to... No, can't do it. Mm-mm.
I feel like your immune system grows the more germs you have.
I mean, yes, but I don't know.
Okay.
I can't. That bothers me. This does lead me in to a good story, though, of something that Kyle did for a while that drove me crazy, and then it has a tiny segue, but it's a great story, and you're going to love it.
Tell.
And once again, we've already talked about this. I hope my mom does not listen to this podcast, but if she's listening...
Log off.
Don't log off, because it's about her, so she's just going to be upset. She's just going to be mad at me for sharing this. Okay, anyways, so... Kyle is not a gift giver. I think we've talked about that. Like, my love language is gifts.
Okay.
He's not a gift giver. And way back, like, when we first moved into the house together, I felt like I was lacking that. Like, he was getting a lot of his love language because we were living together, which is, like, physical touch and, you know, quality time. Like, those are his big ones. And so, like, he was getting all of those, and I was getting none of mine, which is gifts. And I was trying to explain to him, I was like, it can be little things. It could be sticky notes. It could be, like, it does not have to be big. Well, he went through a phase where he kept buying me mugs. Because one time, I told the man that I like mugs. So for a whole, like, month and a half, every week, he brought me a mug home. We have so many goddamn mugs. Go look in the cabinet. You want a mug? Take a mug.
Like, what kind of mugs?
Like, coffee mugs.
Like, do they have things on them?
Yeah, like one says, you're my person. One's a really cool, like, sleek gray one. Like, I mean, they're cool mugs, but, like, we don't need any more mugs. We have so many mugs. We have a mug collection. So I kind of had to sit him down and explain to him. I was like, no more mugs. Like, no more mugs. I can't, we don't have the capacity. There's no more room, no more mugs. And he was a little butthurt about it because he's like, well, I'm just doing what you asked. I'm like, I appreciate that. No more mugs. Try something else. Let's go socks. Let's try fuzzy blankets. I love a fuzzy blanket. Why can't you give me a collection of fuzzy blankets?
Do you have a Barefoot Dreams blanket?
No, they're so expensive, and I feel like there's so many good dupes that I haven't felt the need for.
Nordstrom sale.
Ooh, let's go.
Get it at the Nordstrom sale.
Okay, can we go together? When is it?
It just passed. It just passed. But I think they're thinking. I think they do it twice a year.
Okay, we'll check on that. We'll check. Fans,
don't quote me on that.
Anyways, we had this discussion. No more mugs.
Okay.
I told my mom this, and my mom decided to poke fun at him one day and be like, "Yeah, Kyle, look at it. I heard about all those mugs." I don't know. She said something. She poked fun at him. Well, lo and behold, her birthday rolls around back in May, and Kyle and I are scrolling. Kyle's like, "I really think I want to get your mom a mug," as like a joke because he knew that my mom knew. And was like, "I think I want to get her a mug," and I was like, "Let's do it." So he's searching Amazon for mugs. We found this mug. And this is where I get a little graphic. So, how many of you have seen the meme of the naked black guy?
Yes.
With the large penis? So, Kyle found a mug with that on it. And the reason this all ties together is my aunt and my mom, you know, two middle-aged white women, they love to do that thing where, you know, like somebody will text you a link and it'll have like some shocking title and then you click on it and then it's just that dude. They do that to me all the time. My mom and my aunt send me the black dude all the time. I don't know why. Like, I don't, like, constantly. I'm like,
did I send you sent that to me?
Yeah, I did, because my mom sent it to me.
No, hold on. We need to tell the story. Okay, right before Hurricane Ian was about to hit Tampa, and it turned, I was in Charleston. She was here with Kyle. And Kelsey was in Naples.
She was in Naples, which was a mistake. I told her to come here.
The three of us have a group chat, and all of a sudden I get a video of like lightning, and I'm like, why did they send me this? Haha! Oh my god! I'm like, is it starting? Like, what's going on? And then they start like talking about how funny it is or something, and I'm like, what am I missing?
Didn't Kelsey at first say how scary? And I went, did you watch the video or something?
Okay,
hold on, let me look at our group chat. Honestly, wild. Wild.
So it's like the backyard and there's the sky, and all of a sudden lightning hits, and then the afterwards like shape of the lightning is the guy with the huge dick just in the sky. But it's like his outline.
I'm trying to find it right now. Honestly, my mom sent me that. That's where that came from. I want you to know that's where that came from. Where is it? Oh, it's just so funny. No, it was here. It is
hilarious.
So it's basically, I'm not gonna put this on camera because we'll get flagged, but it's like it lights up, but it's just like lightning.
It's the clouds shaped as.
I can't. One more time. So, anyways, my cousin Devin, who's a couple years younger than us, and then my mom, and then her younger sister Debbie, so my aunt. We're in a group chat, and like I get those texts all the time of the black man. So Kyle finds this mug, and he's like, "How close do you think I am with your family?" And I was like, "I think you could get away with a lot with my family. They love Kyle. Like they've already accepted Kyle as like their son. Like I think sometimes they like him more than me. Like they love Kyle." So it's like, I think you can get away with this. Well, so he bought the mug. So it's the black guy, but it's color changing. So when it's cold, it's actually just black all around. And when you get it hot and you make coffee, it fades away and then you have
Shut up.
the black guy there with his penis out. So he bought that for my mom for her birthday, and my dad was in on it. So they don't live here. My dad's videotaping. I have the video somewhere. I'll have to show you all. I'll find it. But my dad's like, Toby, make some tea. Show the kids how you make tea. She's like, I don't want any tea. She's like trying to fight it. She's like, why do I need to make tea? Like, what do you mean? So she starts filling it up with hot water and everything, and it slowly starts changing. And when I tell you my mom goes, not registering what's happening on it, she goes, is that your dad? My dad's white. Oh, I already know my dad's white. She goes, is that your dad? And my dad behind the camera goes, ew, Toby, no, that's not me. What do you think? Your daughter gave you a present with her dad's penis on it? It's the wildest video I've ever taken in my life.
Dad dick mug.
It's Mother's Day, actually. It's not her birthday. It's Mother's Day. Honestly, I think that's the best thing Kyle's ever done to my family.
I just feel like from now on, I will only be buying people gifts with him on it.
It's funny. If you don't give me some gifts with him on it, I'm gonna die. I wonder if Kyle's come back in. I wonder if he has commentary. Hey, Kyle! No, nothing. I texted him. Oh. He's out there washing the dog.
Who's high?
Oh, yeah, my dog's high right now. She got into a bag of CBD. We were worried, but then we called and checked things and stuff like that. But she ate 30 CBD gummies.
10.
She's off her rocker.
10 doses.
She's a big dog, but she's high. And Kyle decided this was the best time.
She's a little slow right now. She's a little wobbly. She's like.
So Kyle's like, let's give her a bath. And I went, cool choice.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the mug story. I feel like that was just
fantastic. Hilarious.
So, there you go.
Okay. Well.
Tell me.
Matt. I don't know. Do you have decorative towels on your stove? You know, the ones that hang?
Yeah, we use them though. As much as they're decorative, Kyle will use it to wipe something.
Okay, so I got a really nice one as a gift because I like them. And it was expensive because I looked it up. It was $70.
Okay.
One of these ones that's hand sewn in Africa. It was nice. So I put it on there, and Matt has this thing where he'll wash his hands and then use it, which is fine. But then he'll fucking use his dirty hands sometimes to wipe stuff off. And I'm like, sir, get a paper towel. Stop using that. So now I have some white ones. They're stained because of him.
Make him start paying for the decorative towels and he'll no longer do that.
No, I am.
Okay, what else?
He's obsessed with IKEA.
He wants to just walk around and hang out in there? Or?
No, he wants furniture from there. If we go, I'm like, yeah, we should probably get a new bed. He's like, IKEA.
No, Dwell Home Market.
And he's like, it's cheap, it's modern, it fits my vibe. And I'm like, oh my god. If I have to go to IKEA one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
I refuse to go to IKEA.
Oh my god.
I hate IKEA.
It is trash furniture.
It's trash furniture. It's too much going on. I hate it. I can't handle it.
I mean, the meatballs there are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
We go for the meatballs.
And he wants to go to IKEA to get anything.
Oh my gosh.
It's weird. It's fucking weird. Anyways,
I'm gonna ask Matt next time I see him if he wants to go with me to IKEA.
Oh my god. He'll get in the car right then and there and drive you to IKEA. But you cannot go outside of the arrows. You have to go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. What else? Yeah. What else we got?
He doesn't go to the doctor, ever.
Even when he's sick?
He has not been to the doctor probably for 5 years actually probably before college.
So he hasn't had a checkup?
And then he'll get sick and I'm like, you really need to go to the doctor. And he has this nose thing. I think he has a deviated septum, so he needs the surgery. And he always complains, he's always snoring.
Well, that'll be covered by insurance. He needs to go.
Yeah, when I'm like, you just need to go to the doctor. And he has this thing where he won't go to the doctor because growing up, his dad he would have a headache and would drag Matt to the doctor. So he doesn't take medication at all, which I'm on board with.
We don't need drugs.
No, we don't.
We're not a drug crew.
I mean, if it's natural, go for it. But if it's like from behind the pharmacy counter, absolutely not. Do not sign me up. Like he won't do that because I guess like when he was younger, like whenever like he would just like get a normal headache or like a little cough,
Did they make it a big deal?
Yeah, would make it a huge deal. He had to go to either urgent care if the doctor wasn't open, the doctor to get a prescription. They made him get like tons of prescriptions. And,
why
like,
were they like that? Is it like a little bit hypochondriac-ish?
I think his dad is a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
When he still is. So like it's a lot. So he doesn't like going to the doctor, but there's times like with his nose, I'm like, you need to go.
Yeah.
Like they will fix that for you.
He needs to get on that. He needs to get on that. I will say, I feel like a lot of guys are like my dad was really big on, he was kind of the opposite. He was like, no medications when we were growing up. He'd get mad at my mom when she'd give me Advil, stuff like that, and he was very like tough it out. So like, I feel like they didn't go to the doctor a ton, but I had my regular visits and everything. So like, I feel like I'm on a pretty healthy train of like, when I need to go to the doctor, I go, and when I don't think it's actually necessary, I don't.
Yeah, but I'm the same way.
That's wild. Do you have any other ones, or should we go to other men gigs?
So these other men ones.
Yes.
Some of these I found while doing my Google search.
Okay, perfect.
And I think they're so funny.
I have some real world example ones.
Oh, hit me with them right now.
Well, we can alternate. So I had an old roommate and her boyfriend came and lived with us for a while during COVID.
Okay.
And then I also, so like this wasn't my first experience with it, and that's how I knew I hated it. Because I also, when I lived with my ex-boyfriend in college, his buddies did it too. People that leave cabinets in the kitchen open.
Shut up. Me and Matt had a roommate that always did that.
Drives me insane.
Walk away. Open it, walk away.
Every now and then it'll happen.
Were you raised in a barn?
Okay, Mom. But no, quite literally, drives me nuts.
Oh my god.
Close the cabinet. And it wasn't just one, it'd be like all four open. Mm-hmm. Like at this point, you might as well have just left the fridge open too.
And like if you're not in the kitchen, like you walk out and like 4 cabinets are open. I'm like, was there an earthquake in here? Like what happened?
Well, and it almost got, in my last living situation, before I did the van and everything, the girl that I lived with, when her boyfriend like started coming around more and staying around, especially because COVID was weird, because like you couldn't go back and forth between each other's houses anymore, so we just stayed there. Yeah. Which in hindsight, like I wasn't lonely, so I appreciated that, but like now I'm living with a third roommate and it's a boy and I didn't even like him very much. All of the cabinets were constantly open. And like it got passive aggressive to the point where it's like I would have to go in the kitchen and I'd be slamming fucking cabinets because I wanted them to know I was mad about it. Like it got like a little bit like exhaustive. And then even when he left, because like eventually he left and like we still had a lease to ride out, she started doing it too. Like she picked up the habit from him. And I was like, but then like one time if I did it, or if I like walked away and planned on coming to walk back, since it had become passive aggressive, which isn't healthy and I don't recommend, then it would be like she would slam things because I left something open. Like it was just very passive aggressive. I hated that.
But like, where do people even like get that habit? Who does that?
I never did it until I lived with the ex in college. And then I did it a little bit around them. And then I haven't really ever done it since. Every now and then Kyle and I will go in there. And it's always with the thought of that I'm coming back to that cabinet. Like I'm cooking something. And then I walk out and forget about it. But the minute I walk back in the kitchen and see it open, I close it. Some people just leave them open. I don't know. Isn't that how like you're going to knock something off a hinge?
That's weird. If someone did that, I would literally unscrew the cabinets and be like, you don't need this anymore.
You don't need use it. What else do you have? Give me another. I'm checking. We ordered food too, and like we're hungry. They're on their way. Nathalie. Is it just Natalie?
No, that's a boy.
That's a girl.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nathalie is on her way.
Imagine if she like follows us on Instagram.
She doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway, continue. You're up.
I would say like aggressive, like mama's boys.
Oh yeah. That was on my list.
When they do something and they need to call their mom.
Oh yeah.
Or they're like, they need to talk to their mom every day.
I agree with that. Or like boys that like don't stick up for you in front of their mom.
Oh, I fucking hate the. So the other day I made eggs. I don't make eggs often.
Okay.
But when I do, it's not usually scrambled. So Matt wanted scrambled eggs. So I was like, okay, like let me make scrambled eggs. And then I was finished, and he looked at them, and he was like, "Did you even put milk in these?" And I was like, "Ew, no." And he was like, "You need to put milk in them." And I'm like, "I'm not putting milk in these. Like, really? No. I don't like milk."
Okay, so I grew up with my mom putting milk in scrambled eggs because it makes them fluffier. I don't do it anymore unless it's like a rare occasion. We don't have milk in the house because we don't drink milk. But it's not like weird.
Buy milk to
just
only put in eggs.
I agree with you in that sense. But if you have milk in the house and he like wanted scrambled eggs and like wanted them fluffy, then I would put milk. But like I'm with you on like.
I have a question. Have you ever baked scrambled eggs?
No.
With
already no.
With like half a gallon of milk.
Like I was done at baked.
That's what he wants.
I've never baked scrambled
eggs. That's what he wants.
Because
that's what his mom did when he was younger. They both move home.
I will say, I gave Kyle a hard time. My mom just makes fantastic eggs, and I grew up on them, and I know how to make them. And Kyle is an acts of service kind of guy, too, where he, like, loves to do things for me. And so there's been countless times where he's like, I really want to make breakfast for you, and I just don't want him to do it because I know I will like my eggs better. Like, it's just, I'm picky about eggs. I'm a little picky about foods that could end up slimy or, like, squishy. So, like, I'm picky about particularly eggs.
Yeah.
And, it took a lot of training, but Kyle's now actually better at me than cooking the eggs. Like, he does a great job now, but it took some time. So I'm the mommy's boy in that situation where I'm like, ew, you can't cook my eggs.
Like, okay.
But I'm with you. Boys that, like, also don't stick up for you in front of their mom or parents in general.
What
like,
about...
if I'm going to be your future wife or you are married, and if they're not, like standing up for you in front of family, red flag.
Yes. 1,000%, and we just went through this, and I'm glad Matt did stand up for me.
He did a good job during your wedding.
Yes, that's a whole conversation, y'all. What about like boys who openly, like in your friend group, like disagree with you and like challenge you?
We have someone like that in my world that I think genuinely every time I talk to my friend's significant other, they consistently are trying to one-up me or telling me I'm wrong. Or, like, it's just a constant, like, loop of argument.
Yeah.
And to me, once again, I'm not in a relationship with that person, so it doesn't matter. But to me, that's a red flag. For my friend. I want the best for all of my friends. I've had this experience with a couple of my friends and their boyfriends. Or girlfriends, significant others in that sense. Because there's been a couple of different scenarios that I've had like that. And it's like, it's hard because you can't say anything. You can't tell them not to date them. You can't like you can't tell someone to break up with their boyfriend or girlfriend just because you get the ick from them or you have a red flag with them. It has to come for them. Like, maybe what my red flag is isn't what their red flag is, so I can't force that on them. I think there's some universal red flags we should all pay attention to. But there's never been anything bad enough where I was like, my friend is in harm's way. Or, like, maybe mentally, but not physically. So there's never been a place where I've been able to step in and deal with that. But there are a couple instances where I feel like I've had significant others, like, just constantly, you know, like that annoying thing that people do where it's just, like, they talk over you or they want to one-up you or...
Like, everything you say, like, someone has to one-up you.
I've had a couple people like that. And, like, what are you supposed to do? You kind of have to stick them out.
One-up them. Just, like, keep doing it until someone's, like...
But in the group settings, like, I feel like then I look argumentative. It makes me look bad. I don't want to look bad. And you don't ever want your friend to come back later and be like, oh, well, you did that too. Or, like, they were just doing what you were doing.
I feel like I would do it in, like, almost like a sarcastic way.
You start stepping up. You start coaching me. Just start coaching me. What else you got?
Okay, what about guys who, like, downplay your issues? Like, say, like, you're overwhelmed about something and, like, they downplay it.
Anybody that isn't taking into account your emotional feelings is a no. Like, we're talking relationship status. If they don't value your... It's the same way that we were all sitting in the living room today and we were chatting about relationship stuff. Yeah. And remember when Kyle was like, yeah, like, Gabi had a freak out this morning and I wanted to tell her, oh, you're fine, but I know that that's going to elicit an emotional response that's going to A, upset her, and B, that's not fair. Like, you don't do that to a person that you love, or you don't do that with your significant other, and you certainly don't do that with your friends. Validating people's feelings is part of being emotionally bonded to them. So that's just
I feel like a lot of, like, friends are comfortable doing that, and I'm like, no.
I think that our society has made that a way of like trying to like make people forget about it or feel better, but it doesn't necessarily make us feel better.
What I mean.
Like they're trying to sympathize without like fueling the fire, but I don't think it helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you got any more, or do you feel like we've kind of almost wrapped up a lot of these?
I mean, that's a funny one. So when I was Googling, it was like when you're on a roller coaster with the guy and the guy comes around to pull his seatbelt, they were like, how embarrassing.
I will say, men that also, I don't know if this is like it's an ick, but it's also a red flag. Like, non-gentlemanly men. Like, if we're getting on a roller coaster and, like, you're checking seatbelts, or, like, if the guy next to you, no, he doesn't need to buckle my seatbelt. I'm trying to think of a better example. But guy, like, more than just opening a door for a girl, but, like, just being a gentleman in general, like, making sure you feel safe and comfortable in any situation, whether it's, like, a roller coaster or anything. Like, your comfortability and safety should be a priority for them, or...
1,000%. I mean, I like when I take Matt shopping, and, like, I'm trying to, like, dig through clothes, and I'm just like, can you hold this? And he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, we're at the dressing room, and he's just, like, piled with clothes. And I'm like, I love it.
One of the most underrated hot things, actually, too, that guys do. When they grab your bag to carry your bag so you don't have to carry it.
Yes.
And when you're walking on the sidewalk and they put themselves next to the street.
So I recently, I would say, like, within the past few years, learned that rule.
Well, so Kyle's always done it, and I've just noticed, like, if he's standing on the other side of me, he'll move me out of the way. It's very odd. Yeah, I literally, when TikTok first started coming out, I would say, like, 2020, like, when it was, like, popular, someone said that, and I was like, I have never even thought about that. See, to me, that screams, like, protective, and it might differ for other people, but protectiveness to me is, like, sexy. Yeah. I like protective person. And then... I think this goes for anyone. If you show up to the airport, like, you're like, I need to be there 2 hours early. I'm like, no, we don't. Not unless it's a giant airport. Or it's one thing, like, if you're a family and you have kids and a lot to coordinate, but if you are not even checking a bag. Oh, yeah. Like, carry on. Like, put... The Tampa airport's so easy, unless, too. Like, oh, my God, I can get through the Tampa airport in, like, 5 minutes. Like, TSA is, like, 10 minutes with the train ride. I only get there early so that I can get food. But or even then, it's not 2 hours. We make plans to, like, get food and, like, let's get a little tipsy before the flight. Yeah. Yes, we should do that early. We should do that before Vermont. Well, when are you leaving for the city? We'll have to check. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the morning of the 29th. I get in at 10. Oh, I'll get in at 2. Okay, so I'm going to be way before you. I mean, we can get drunk at dinner if we want. Like... Well, that whole trip's going to be fun. But anyways, I think that kind of wraps up our icks. I would love if you guys would send us your icks, and then we can put them up on our stories. Because I just, like... Or what if we did, like, a question poll where it's, like, which one gives you the ick more? This or this? And we make people vote. Yes, I also do want to know other people's icks. I would love that. Or, like, what your significant other does that you're just, like, you need advice on. Let us know. Send them in. Thanks for listening. Bye. Bye.